Welcome back to the Weekly Word. I saw this on social media a few weeks back and I had to come and check it out. It's a very unusual grave here in a big cemetery in Snow Hill. Seems to be kind of above ground. You can see the handle sticking up right over there out of the dirt. I don't know, there's not even a marker or a name or anything other than just an old grave with the kind of a wall around it. The story with it, whether it's true or not, was like it was somebody that was afraid that they would wake up underground, so they wanted to be able to get out if they woke up. Don't know how long ago it was or anything about the story, if it's true or not, but there were stories like that in the old days. You've heard the stories about how they used to put a string into the casket with a bell on top, and if you woke up, you pull the string, and somebody hear the bell ringing in the cemetery, and knew it's time to go get the shovel. And of course, the whole thing behind the Appalachian wakes, where you'd sit up with the body, stay awake all night with it dressed out and laid in the box there in the living room in the house. And there's been more than one stories about how somebody sat up and ruined the funeral because they wasn't really dead. They had just been unconscious and they was just about to bury them. But I can tell you one thing, if you go through an embalming process, you don't have to worry about waking up naturally again. Don't know the story behind this, but it is kind of unusual out here, isn't it? But I do know one thing, that the Lord's coming back and the cemeteries are going to open up and the bodies are going to be in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, just at a snap of the finger, if you want to paraphrase it that way, or even quicker. They're going to be reunited with the souls and be glorified. If you're Christians, you'll be glorified. That means that all the flaws and frailties of this body down here, the best we ever was, just fails in comparison because it came into a fallen world and it was tainted by the fall. And the Lord's going to glorify that and make it something that you can't even imagine how good it is. On the other hand, the Bible says some will awake to everlasting glory and some will awake to everlasting shame and contempt. And that body will be not glorified, but reunited with the soul again, because death and hell will give up the dead, and body and soul both will be tormented in hell forever and ever, away from the presence of God. I said last night in my message, I said, you know, even the most wicked person on this earth right now, to an extent, they're enjoying the grace of God. Not saving grace, but they're still breathing God's good air. And every heartbeat is the grace of God that they haven't already died and woke up in hell. But one of these days, that prevenient grace runs out. And if you haven't experienced saving grace, then it's going to be bad news for you. But right now, there's good news. The Lord didn't come to condemn us. We were already condemned. He come that we would not be condemned if we'd believe the gospel message, and that makes us changed human beings, and we don't have to worry about a devil's hell then for ourselves. We just got to worry about sharing the good news so that other people don't go there. Hope you've trusted in the Lord. We're going to walk around this old cemetery some more and see what else unusual we might find out here. See you next week on the Weekly Word.